Last Metal Monday of November, man. How you doing, Brett?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back. At some point, a 3-day weekend is already long enough, and then put 4 days, and I'm like chomping at the bit. I'm like, okay,
Sunday, you're ready.
let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm just like ready to like go do something, And I spent some time with my kids, took them to the gym, did Thanksgiving with my parents, did all the things, went to the movies. But I'm ready for like this. I'm ready for the action.
For the grind.
Yes.
Well, we're back. I'm going to ask you what I always ask you at the end of the month. Where are we going to see Ferris at for December?
I'm really anticipating my conversation with Chad Ellerbrock this week for our Bulls versus Bears.
You're going to get that out?
Because we'll have it up. We'll have
Friday.
it up ready to roll on Friday. I'm excited to hear what his point of view is. That guy is so smart, man. He's got so much good insight, and like it's people like that I love talking to because they fill my brain with like good information. You could get online and you could listen to a bunch of bullshit, I think, if you want to, but then it's good to just connect with people that kind of have a good beat on things that you don't, right? And I'm so locked into our little corner of the world over here on the Ferris side. I mean, I feel like there's positive momentum going into December here, but that doesn't mean that translates for
the rest of the country.
Everybody else, or at least a good majority or whatever. And maybe sometimes, like last month was a good example, there was a lot of positive momentum in the market, and we were struggling just to go sideways, and some grades down money. So I think, I wish I could have had a firmer answer for you, but this week could be interesting. I feel like there's opportunity to have some up money in December. I'm not saying it's going to be big up money, but I don't feel like the market's going to trend down on us.
Well, that'd be nice, and we'll wait to hear Bulls versus Bear with Chad and see kind of where he hears the whole nation going, because that is always interesting to me, and not just me. A lot of people that maybe are not in the scrap game to understand like different areas can have different movements.
Yeah.
But eventually, it kind of feels like they all kind of catch up to each other. At some point.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. Last week we had a really good non-Ferris week though. We had a lot of good movement in copper.
PGMs moved.
PGMs.
It bounced off the bottom. Yeah, in gold and silver, I don't do much trading in gold or silver, but at least they're up. Of everything else is Bloody Monday again.
But everything is kind of dipping,
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, we're still above 370 for copper. Nickel's still just shitty.
Yeah.
And, PGMs are still, they had a good week, but they're still not good, compared to where we were. And maybe we sit there for a while. Maybe that's just kind of...
I was just reading an article. I'm probably going to post something on it on LinkedIn today, but about Goldman Sachs. They were talking about the 2024. They feel that there's enough structure in place for a 2024 commodities bull cycle to continue. They missed badly in 23. They thought it was going to be strong in 23, and they were wrong. But they feel like the fundamentals are in place still for a 2024 good run, and that's like your industrial commodities. They feel some might be out of flavor, like nickel and zinc, that were kind of the big movers in 2023. Just because of electrification of batteries and all that jazz. I think there's a lot of hype, lithium, hype, versus, say, your more old school aluminum, copper, commodities, silver, oil. They feel like that those fundamentals are going to be strong in 24, assuming we avoid some big, massive, recession and whatnot. But so I'll post that article out there probably today, just kind of the bullet points of it anyways. So that's good news. That was welcome reading this morning. It wasn't like, the world's burning, it's coming to an end, sell your shit,
I talked to a lot of people in our local market here in Idaho, and beginning of the year, it was kind of rough for a lot of these manufacturers. A lot of that was people just being real fearful of a lot of news out there. But almost every one of them I talk to now are just they're looking for employees. It's like it was before. They're looking for employees again. Now it feels real wobbly still. I don't know if that's fear. I don't know if there is like a bigger dip coming. Election years are always kind of
Forever tricky. Yeah.
yeah, tricky is a better word than scary, but there's I think the fear out there is real, and I don't know if that's a real fear or is it just all fabricated. I don't know.
I think your fear is what you let it do to you, right? To a certain extent. We made money when Bush was the president. We made money when Obama was the president. We made money when Trump was the president, and we made money when Biden was the president. Like pretty far extremes from one to the other.
Yeah.
So if you sit there and just let it eat you up and just say, "Oh, what are we gonna do if Biden gets elected again? What are we gonna do if Trump gets elected?" Like the same shit you should be doing today. Like get up and go to work and fucking put your big boy pants on and go make something happen. Like
Yeah.
I mean that's what it is. I mean, and I think that businesses or people, individuals get caught up in the scariness of politics and they let it drive their overall big picture decisions. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be aware of what's going on because you should know, what you're voting for, local and national politics. But at some point, like you only have one vote. You only have so much control. So why let something like that control so much of your thought process and so when you really have very minimal, you have better chance of getting hit by fucking lightning.
We have more control of what we do in our day-to-day operation.
Yes.
The president's going to be.
Manage your shit.
So,
Like
take
pay
care of your
attention
people.
to your people.
I think staying focused on your ultimate goal. We always like the marathon. People get like caught up in the sprint when it's a presidential election. In 4 years, there's usually another one. So in 4 years, that's not a whole lot of time in a business sense. So if you plan to have these huge plans in your business, you got to keep the train moving and don't let a president getting elected that you don't like derail it.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to kind of be focused on the, on the overall mountain and not like the short little section of trail. Like you got to just kind of like just know what's out there, know where you're trying to get to, and enjoy the process. But don't let one little tough switchback like derail the whole climb.
Just go back to the start. Go back to the
go
car.
Like, that one was a little hard section, and I'm out.
Yeah.
But I think you have to kind of stay focused on the day to day and grind it out, and don't let some big national political deal scare you. I mean, be aware, vote, be smart, know who's trying to help you, know who's trying to hurt you, and keep the train moving.
All right. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, everyone.
I hope everybody has a great finish to November. And next Monday, man, we'll be chopping it up about December. Here we go.
Love it. All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.